Hey there, Boots Owen here. I'm just doing an experiment, you might call it. That's the experimental end. Bought this today for, I think, £3 at the car boot sale. It's an old copper kettle, electric. I don't have an old style kettle plug. I used to have them, and I'm not sure where they went. They're not in my drawer of old plugs. So I've bodged it up with these two brass fittings. My finger's a lot further away than it looks in the video. Don't know what that fella does. Might be like some kind of a resettable thermostat or something. Beautiful copper. You can see my green t-shirt there kind of in the side of it. Let's get a thermometer on it. 21, 25, 20. Yeah, that's got numbers on it. It's copper, so it should equalize quite quickly. I don't know what temperature it was. The vice is not much off 20. Can't hear any crackling or anything. It could be completely failed. Let's put the power meter on the plug. So I've plugged it back in through the power meter. And it's doing 556 watts, so a ½ kilowatt kettle. Now, in the past, maybe that's what kettles drew. I don't know. 545 watts. So it would take a while to boil. There's a bit of water in it. I left it all day with water in it just to see if it would leak. Now, don't know. Let's could test for an earth fault. So there's no earth fault to the chassis. I don't want the earth to touch the pins because they're live. Well, the brown one is leastways. So we've got a wooden handle on top and a wooden knob, so I can avoid it that way. Just looking in there. Nothing doing yet. In fact, no, I can see steam coming off it. I didn't think I'd get lucky like this, you know. It's been an ornament probably for 50 years, if not more. It is steaming. The base of it, so the element isn't like visible. It has a plate somewhere in beneath. The base of it's flat, and it does seem to be lined with solder, so you can see where the spout joins. There's a solid, well, I could feel the heat off that now. There's a solid link there. If we can see, there's a solid joint there of presumably lead solder, and it may all be lead washed inside. It certainly looks to be tinned inside if it's not lead. 38 outside, saying 26, 29, 44, 40. So it is heating up. 500 watt kettle could take a long time to boil. A long time's relative. It could take longer than a 3 kilowatt kettle, presumably 6 times as long. You can see up the back of the spout there's a brass seam. It's all quite nice, and they've, like, that's the patina, if you want to call it that, in there, or patina. So the old plugs were like a really big version of a figure-of-8 plug, which is the kind of one you'd have on the back of a DVD machine or a stereo or a skybox, something like that. Much bigger, that wide. What's that, about 30, 40, 35 mil wide, something like that, and you know, that size. And they had a spring clip for the earth that just touched the chassis of the kettle. But I don't have one right now. And if you have one, tell me about it, because you can get in touch with me. We'd put it in the post. I could drop you a couple of quid, because this is clearly not the way to go. Yeah, there we go. It's working. I didn't notice the lead inside it. I don't know what I thought it was going to be made out of, but I didn't notice the lead inside until I got it home. For £3, it's a attractive ornament, and even if I just wanted to scrap it, it would be worth £3 in copper all day, I'd say. So you can see outside there, the lid, it's copper, but inside it's silvered. So it could just be tinned. In fact, that doesn't really look like lead in there. wooden knob, different wood on top. It's more of a yellowy, whitish wood. Brown wood on the knob. Brass handle, I presume there's a threaded bar runs between, it runs inside. It's really nice. It's also got 3 wooden feet, big chunky fellows. I think they're timber. They might be some kind of early plastic, in fact. I don't know. '66, '67. Resistance hasn't changed. Still drawing 550 odd watts, which is not very much. That means you could probably run it on a 3 amp plug. Two amps, yeah. 2.2 amps. Probably could have done that in my head. 240 volts, 2 amps. A 2 amp kettle. Now if you're running things on solar electricity and you've not got a massive setup, a small wattage kettle could be quite a handy device to have. I'm kind of impressed by this. This will just be an ornament that'll go on the shelf, I guess. I can't imagine, I can feel the heat off it. I can't imagine I would really want to use this to make a brew. You can hear it now, you can see the steam coming out. We'll look for a maker's name underneath once we've proven the point with the boiling. So this brass fellow, I haven't seen any of the wiring, but I presume it's something to do with safety. This is the man who has the live cable. Well, I could put a bit of tape around that live and then it would be safe. That's how these things work. I could make up a timber plug for that. It's not really a plug, it's a coupler, because the kettle is the plug end, if that makes sense. Probably quite hot now. Yeah, I didn't look for a maker's name. It could be made by one of the, what would still be a big brand nowadays, or it might be something completely obsolete. Bit of a dent on the spout. You can see the steam coming out of it now. Wonder if we get any bubbles. Quite a few little nicks and dents in it, but character. Yeah, I see we're boiling there, actually. A pretty decent boil going on. Let's just check what temperature we're at, and I'll give up on this quite quickly, I think. Why does it say 24? It's something to do with the heat products of copper, I think. The heat, the emissivity or reflectivity of copper. '83. 60 something. It's definitely boiling, you know. It's definitely boiling. Oh yeah, look at that. I wonder what does it look like in the water. 102. That's more of a realistic temperature. Right, it doesn't have a switch on it, which is how it is. We'll switch it off over here. 2 amps still. Switch that off. Plug this out for safety. Leave that there. And these might just be hot from the kettle. The water is clearly scalding. Right, that's a spicy meatball. Set that aside. Put a blanket over it. Pour it out. Shit, that's hot. Because, you know, I wouldn't have expected it to be hot, eh? Right. Water is out. Let's tip it on its side here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, we've got a name on it. Let's let it cool down, eh? Yeah, I would say the feet on this are some kind of plastic. Now, what have we got? Premier.
Made in England, I'm guessing that says. Ooh, something corporation. That looks cool. Manchester Corporation red kettle number. That's class. Oh, there's a party going on outside. Can you see that? It says Manchester Corporation red kettle number 19480. Electric something department. Maybe just electric department. And then up here, I could have seen this before. Alright, 230 volts, 4.3 amps. Pattern number 2655, serial number M119244. It's got a load of numbers hand stamped into it, or well, they might be machine stamped into it, but put on like that. So this is a Manchester kettle. Premier Systems. There's this, you can barely see it. It's quite weak. Premier Systems. Yeah, no, Premier System. Patent made in England. Manchester Corporation. Red kettle number. This is class. That's quite a wonderful thing for the old tech style stuff. Hey, tell me what you think about that in the comments. How old could this be? It's a long time since Manchester Corporation did the electric around here. Although it has to be local enough, we're not a million miles away. That's gas. I'm quite impressed by this. This is kind of wonderful in its own bizarre way. Right, questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. Think about liking, subscribing, become a member and whatnot. See you later.